To be like Jesus, Christians must never depart from integrity. June 20th. He said to them, "You are those who justify yourselves in the sight of others, but God knows your heart. For what is prized by human beings is an abomination in the sight of God." Luke 16:15. In all the details of life, the strictest principles of honesty are to be maintained. These are not the principles which govern our world, for Satan, deceiver, liar, and oppressor, is the master, and his subjects follow him and carry out his purposes. But Christians serve under a different master, and their actions must be wrought in God, irrespective of all selfish gain. Deviation from perfect fairness in business deals may appear as a small thing in the estimation of some, but our Savior did not thus regard it. His words on this point are plain and explicit. "He that is faithful in that which is least is faithful also in much." Luke 16:10. People who will overreach their neighbors on a small scale will overreach in a larger scale if the temptation is brought to bear upon them. A false representation in a small matter is as much dishonesty in the sight of God as falsity in a larger matter. In the Christian world today, fraud is practiced to a fearful extent. God's commandment-keeping people should show that they are above all these things. The dishonest practices which mar the dealing of men and women with their fellow human beings should never be practiced by one who professes to be a believer in present truth. God's people do great harm to the truth by the least departure from integrity. Some persons may not have a pleasant exterior. They may be deficient in many respects, but if they have a reputation for straightforward honesty, they will be respected. Stern integrity covers many objectionable traits of character. Those who steadfastly adhere to truth will win the confidence of all. Not only will fellow believers in the faith trust them, but unbelievers will be constrained to acknowledge them as persons of honor. Mind, character, and personality. 2:437. The servants of God are obliged to be more or less connected with the worldly by business transactions, but they should buy and sell with a realization that the eye of God is upon them. No false balances or deceitful weights are to be used, for these are an abomination to the Lord. In every business transaction, Christians will be just what they want their church friends to think they are. Their course of action is guided by underlying principles. They do not scheme. Therefore, they have nothing to conceal, nothing to gloss over. Mind, character, and personality. 2:437 and 438 from To Be Like Jesus, page 183.